All right. Happy Halloween, everybody. I see Sky Stream Trainer Polly, Goldie, and then Shy. Username welcome as well. All right, give me a second here, guys, to get the stream properly set up. But I do just want to make sure this happens on camera at least at one point. Everyone can see Adele in her cute little Pikachu costume that she absolutely hates. But yeah. Here's Adele as a Pikachu. She's gonna be in it for a little bit longer. If she gets used to it, she'll stay in it. If she absolutely despises it, I'll be taking it off her in probably about 10 minutes. But yeah, there's Adele. Someone can screen cap if they want to make sure it gets on Discord or something. I'm gonna put her down and get the stream stuff ready. Just gonna make sure she can't knock anything over. But yeah, how you guys doing today? Happy Halloween. Oh, she is... She's getting a little bit more used to it. She's getting more used to it as she actively steps on everything in this room that she shouldn't step on. She's so cute. She's adorable in it. She really is adorable in it. Yeah, so sorry for the stream being a little bit weird at the start, but the cat isn't exactly super into this whole thing on its own anyways, so... But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the count updated here, guys, and then we will be good to go. But yeah, hope you guys are having a good day so far. Hope you guys had a good weekend. How's it going, Polly? Welcome, welcome. Alright, I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Excited to be doing a bit of a Halloween themed stream here. Right now I'm just double checking, figuring out where I need to be looking for PUMPKBOO, because I've not actually gotten that set up. I was super busy yesterday, and then today I was getting the cat into a costume. That's its own whole task. I believe Route 4 is actually a pretty decent place for it. Yeah, Route 4 is not bad. So we're just going to go ahead and go to Route 4. Hey, Happy Frog, welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? I will say these gloves were definitely not meant for someone my size. But yeah, no, I'm excited. It's Halloween. We're doing a Halloween stream. There's a cat underneath me. I was wondering where the cat was, and turns out it was underneath me, so... maybe this isn't the best. Where exactly is PUMPKBOO? Oh, there's a PUMPKBOO. There we go. There we go. Let's get going. It's actually a time where you can watch the stream. Awesome. Glad you can watch it, Polly. Yeah, it's a bit earlier. Usually, yeah, I stream 7 to 10 p.m. my time, but I'm going to stream 3 to 6 today. Just because, you know, that works better for me right now. Also, looks like we're going to have to... Yeah, we're just going to have to swap back around to Cinderace here. Use a Harvest Mon to boost its spawns. Ooh, good point. Good point, Shy. Good to trying to fish up a second shiny Pokemon for your Storm Silver shiny only run. Best of luck. Best of luck. I'm catching us a Pikachu again for everyone who hasn't seen Here's Adele in her Pikachu costume. She's not quite the biggest fan of it, so she might not stay in it. Well, yeah, this is her in her Pikachu outfit. Scott hasn't uploaded in over a week, so you're concerned. I mean, he's been taking a much more lax, like, streaming schedule recently, right? Like, I feel like he's been a lot more lax with it recently. Shadow Sneak's gonna be annoying because it only does that one little bit of damage. Obviously, it's because he's moving. Yeah, that would do it. That's less helpful. Come on. This is gonna be a pain in the butt. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what our plan for this is actually gonna be. There we go. Yeah, I'll see about using a Harvestmon, Shy. I'll probably just get a KO'd Harvestmon or something. Priority wins again. Yup. Yeah, we're just gonna go down to the Pokemon Center real quick. Hey, Skybomb, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yeah, I'm gonna see if I have any Pokemon with harvest ability, just in my PC. Cause yeah, if I have a Harvestmon there, we can get it and knock it out. How do you describe someone that's bought a PS5 for the Final Fantasy VII Remake but bought the PS4 version instead? I mean, do they make it clear? Is there actually a difference in the version? I thought it was basically you buy the version and it just installs whichever one you have. That was my assumption. Doing okay? How am I doing? I'm doing well. I'm excited. It's Halloween, so it's a costume stream. Chat donated for a costume stream goal, so I'm dressed up as Ash, and my cat is dressed up as Pikachu. Weird as what you said. Again, I don't think it's really something that people would be aware of by default. I think it's something that's not super clear. We're seeing if I even have a Harvestmon. There's a chance I don't, in which case, oh well. Yeah, doesn't look like we have one. Yeah, oh well. Why buy a PS5 for the remake, but not get the PS5 version? Again, Shy, I don't think people know. I think they just see PlayStation and buy it, and I personally would have done the same. I'm under the impression that, like, it just loads the version of the game that you have, right? I thought that was the case. I didn't think it was anything. Sorry also for all the Discord notifications. And find shiny Zoroark. Awesome. Awesome. Zoroark's a cool shiny. There's a difference. I know there's like a difference in the actual game, but like the discs are just keys nowadays, right? Like I don't think there's any actual like code really on the disc aside from, hey, yep, they own Final Fantasy VII Remake, let them play it. And from there I thought it just installed the one that you have. PS4 version has a bit more in it. Hey, what's going on, Captain Doge and Jake? Welcome to the stream, guys. You're going to be Charizard. They sell costume in GameStop in your own city. Nice! Also, I did not swap Quagsire out. We're just going to run this one. And then swap around over to Cinderace at the front. But how you guys' weekend's going? It's good to be streaming on a weekend. It's been a while since I did that. Won't be a normal thing, but you know, for Halloween we had to stream on Halloween, right? We had the costume all ready to go. PS4 version looks worse because it's less advanced version. Yeah, but is that the version that is installed if you put the PS4 disc in a PS5? I was under the impression that it installed the PS5 version if you had a PS5. I thought it was similar to how Xbox does it. Xbox, you just buy a game for Xbox, and if it's compatible with your system, it installs the compatible version. I thought that's how all the discs were now on the backwards compatible side. I understand that like they run a different version of the game, but I thought like you bought the game and it's just, oh, you can play this version. It's two separate games. Okay. Hey, what's going on, Earthbound fan? Welcome to the stream. Should you try to get Joker a costume ready for when you hunt Yamask? Persona 5 Joker. You mean you're not going to dress up as like Batman Joker? Dang. Yeah, for all of you now just tuning into the stream, happy Halloween. I am obviously dressed up as Ash. And for those of you tuning in, remember that alongside Ash there is Pikachu. She's not very happy about it, as you can tell. I mean, she looks a little bit more okay with it now. This 2 games. Okay, I got you. I mean, maybe they just didn't know, you know? I don't think it's weird. I think it's just the games are confusing right now. I mean, that's just how it is, right? But yeah, we got a cat dressed up as Pikachu. She is sitting in my lap, waiting for me to take the costume off. But I said I'd give it a few more minutes. I said I would give it a little bit for people to come in and see. Doing an island scan to only Ultraman playthrough. Nice. Best of luck with that. Happy Halloween. Thank you, Jesse. Happy Halloween to you too. Hope things are going well for you. Hope you've been having a good weekend. Might ask for Persona 3 for Christmas. That'd be cool. Yeah, these gloves might come off when the Pikachu costume comes off of Adele. They're very small. They're very small gloves. Timmy Turtle, what's going on? Nice look. Can't watch. Sorry. Hey, well, I'm glad you're able to stop by, Timmy. Glad you like the costume. Hope you're having a good day. So far, this weekend's been pretty good for me. Obviously, Halloween's nice. Yesterday was a fun day. I met up with some friends. We went and hung out at a convention for a bit and stuff. It was a good time. Friday was also pretty busy as far as like pre-stream, and then stream itself was fun and everything. Getting both Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for Christmas. Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I have both those pre-ordered. Hopefully the GameStop by me ends up doing a midnight release. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get a digital copy in order to play at midnight when the game comes out. But we'll see what happens when GameStop starts sending out the notifications saying yes or no on the midnight stuff. Never heard people talking about Persona 1 and 2, only hear about 3 through 5. I feel like it's one of those cases where, like, the game severely shifted in what it is around that time, and, like, it really isn't worth going back to 1 and 2 if you like 3, 4, or 5. Like, they don't feel like related games from my understanding. Like that's my understanding of it. It's similar to, like, Fallout, right? Like, Fallout 3 was Fallout 1 and 2, I believe, were like top-down RTS games almost, where very clearly Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4, they're all not that. So I think that's kind of the same deal with Persona, if I'm not mistaken, especially because Persona came out of the Shin Megami Tensei series. Like, there's already a spin-off of another very interesting and different series. That'll be interesting. The Pro Controller yelling at us for battery. We'll see how long it lasts. I might have to switch over to Joy-Cons at some point this stream. That's okay. Do we need a shiny Zoroark? I think I have one. I think I have my own. Same for GTA, even though I never played those games. Yeah. I mean, a lot of them are that way, right? Where it's like they had an idea and they tried it, and then at one point they're like, oh, we're gonna do it differently, and then it was super successful that way, so they've kept it that way. Like, you know, they probably didn't intend on the series necessarily always staying as what it ended up becoming, but what it ended up becoming was super popular, and so they kept it. There's also Persona 3 Portable. Nothing like Persona 3 other than the battles. Yeah, I feel like that lines up with a lot of those mobile games, especially slightly older mobile games like that, where it's like a mobile version of the game clearly had to be remade for the new system. Like, it just doesn't work otherwise. They had to make it a point and click rather than a more open game because the PSP is less powerful. Yeah, exactly. Like the portable just can't handle it, so they can't make a full game on it. Battles are worse quality. Yeah, this is kind of how it goes, right? Especially again with those slightly older portable versions of games and stuff. Did we run into the Pikachu? We did run into the Pikachu. But I already got my own Pikachu on my lap, who is just as upset with being caught and captured as Ash's Pikachu in those first few episodes of the Indigo League. Imagine them porting Gen 8 to DS. It's basically Persona 3 portable. Exactly. Yeah. Like, the difference between a portable console and, like, a home console is just so much. If those games are already pushing a home console, there was no way they were gonna work on a portable. Also, again, here's Pikachu. Again, for anyone who had not seen, it is Adele in her Pikachu costume. But, yeah, she's getting a little squirmy. So, there's a good chance we're just going to go ahead. Yeah, she's already got her paws kind of stuck in it. So, 1 second, guys. I'm going to get Adele out of her costume and let her roam free. Why is the 3DS 240p? Because it was trying to run 3D games on a mobile system at that time, which was rough. So, 1 second. I'm going to open the door for Adele so she can roam free. There we go. There we go. So there we go. There we go. That was Adele in her Pikachu costume. Big thank you to Vanillix for helping us hit our donation goals to get us the Halloween costume stream, get Adele her costume and everything. She was a good sport. She was a good sport for those few minutes, but that's about the most I can really expect of her. Why is the 3DS 240p? It looks so much better than that. Just because the screen was so small, right? Like, it's kind of that thing where, like, if you try to take, like, a 4K screen and put it on a Switch, that's a complete waste of 4K. It just doesn't make sense. Because a smaller screen doesn't need as high of a resolution to have as good of a pixel density, which is really what people care about. At the end of the day, the pixel density is what makes the screen look better. Imagine a Pokemon game, but every Pokemon has the stats of a pseudo-legendary. That would be interesting, but wouldn't that also kind of put you in a situation where it's like if everyone's super, no one is kind of deal? Where it's like there's no need for any... Like, at that point, pseudo-legends are just normal Pokemon. If a Caterpie has the same stats as a Salamence, then what's special about Salamence, right? Like, to me at least, it feels like that's one of those things where it just doesn't end up mattering a whole lot. Or, like, it kind of breaks down, like, the whole point of stats a little bit. Hey, your TV, the best it displays is 720p, so it just blows up your Switch. At least your monitor is 1080p. I mean, in 720p, like, that's... Yeah, obviously, like, in docked mode, the Switch can output a bit higher than that, but it's not, like... That's about what Switch handheld is, so... If Switch handheld looks okay, it should look... Like, the resolution's at least the same on the TV. But yeah, that comes down to that kind of thing, right? Where it's like, 720p might look fine on the Switch display, but it doesn't look quite right on yours. Or, like, on your TV. Your monitor's 1080, that's nice. Oh, now Adele's all upset. I guess I took her costume off or something, or I'm blocking her. I think a door's shut that's usually open, and she's upset about that, because she's a cat, and that's how they be. She'll get over it, though. That one's on her. The costume and being upset with the costume, that's understandable. But if she's upset that the door to the streaming room is closed like it is every day, that's on her. I wish some Pokemon didn't have to evolve with trade. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice if everything could be evolved on a singular cartridge, but the whole point they had back in the day was to encourage people to like play with and trade and all that stuff. Like that was the whole point. That's why there were version exclusives. That's why there were trade evolutions and all this other stuff. The whole idea was to like be like, hey, you can play this game together, and in order to do the whole game, you got to play together, kind of thing. That was the whole point. But I get it. Nowadays, it's just a hurdle. It's no longer like an innovative kind of thing. It's just a part of Pokemon that you're like, I don't necessarily want that. I'd just like to be able to evolve everything myself. But here we are. Rose Girl, what's going on? Got 2 shiny Pidgey the same night as your second shiny Eevee hatched. Nice. 2 eggs apart. Hey, that's fantastic. It was nice to say the least. Absolutely. Absolutely. 20 eggs right now for Igglybuff. Hope to get both tonight. Best of luck. Best of luck. Yeah, you seem to have really good luck with that. That's awesome. Yeah, I knew I saw a PUMPKBOO down here. It'd be nice if we had a Harvest Mon to make this a little bit faster, but it's not too big a deal. I didn't mean to use Double Kick. Why did I use Double Kick? Only time you used a trade-only Pokemon is an Alolan Golem just because it had an in-game trade. Yeah. When they have that one like in-game trade, it's kind of nice. But really, those are just there to give you a little like teaser, right? Of like if you traded with everyone. Have a level 1 Trevenant with Harvest, so if it faints, it faints in one hit. You can give it to you if you want. Nah, it's all good, Shy. It's all good. I appreciate it though. We're moving at a decent pace still. It looks like less than 1 a minute if you look at the time of the stream and the amount we've seen, but a lot of that just comes down to the cat being in here and me messing with the cat for a little bit. All your double shinies will be reclaimed. Hey! Then all you have left is Snubble and Crystal and Drowsy and Silver. Nice! You're making a lot of progress, Rose Girl. I am impressed at the dedication. It stinks that like the save didn't transfer over. That'd be nice if they warned you about it. Like it feels like the kind of thing that there should be a warning for. It's like, hey, if you transfer this, your saves won't go. Like, that feels important. Also, thank you to everyone who's left a like on the stream. I really appreciate it. Helps out a lot. If you haven't left a like, I would appreciate it if you did. Lets me know you're liking the stream. Lets YouTube know you're liking the stream and all that good stuff. Yeah, what has everyone been up to this weekend? Anyone done anything super exciting? Or has it just been a chill weekend all around? Not getting shinies, rip. I did it from a regular 3DS to the new 3DS XL twice, and all your save files were fine, so I have no idea why it didn't do it for 2 new 3DS XL systems. That one's weird. Yeah, so it like actually did transfer them before, and then it just didn't this time? That's really strange. I'm sorry that happened, Rose Girl. Because like that sounds like a weird like glitch happened, which is just, that feels like it makes it even worse, you know, where it's just an unlucky thing. That count for anything? I mean, I guess so. Assume you've been trying to get shinies. Hopefully it's saving for your Persona hunt. Your Persona hunt. Oh wait, yeah, you said the Joker thing. Got you. Yeah, that's kind of what mine started to feel like with the Drifloon, right? Where it's like, excuse me, if I'm over odds twice in a row, like, at least make it so that, like, PUMPKBOO shows up on a single day, right? So you can actually get, like, a Halloween shiny. Yamasa Renegris. Gotcha. Got you. Yeah, I knew you said it. It just took me a second to remember. Favorite type? For me, it'd probably end up being grass type. Just because a lot of my favorite Pokemon are grass type. There's nothing specific about grass type itself. Yo, what's going on, Wage? Welcome to the stream, man. Nice costume. Thank you. You missed my cat being dressed up as a Pikachu a little while ago. She was getting squirmy, and I basically said, like, if she was getting squirmy, I wouldn't, like, force her to do it for more than, like, 15 minutes. So that time is come and gone, but it's cool. It's cool. I'm still dressed up in my costume for the rest of the stream. Ghost type. It's not a bad choice. Use it to hold shinies for any future system transfers, in case your save files get wiped. Yeah. At least you bought SD cards. Yeah, true. Thinking maybe for a birthday using part of the money your grandparents get you to buy crystal in the old new 3DS XL. Oh yeah, and just like leave that as like your buffer game. I got you. Yeah, that makes sense. Basically, so you can move any important Pokemon over there when you did, like, a save transfer, like a game transfer in the future. That makes sense. That makes sense, Rose Girl. But guys, on top of it being Halloween, or on top of it being the end of October, which means it's Halloween, we are also about to enter November. We are almost into Pokemon month. We're almost into the month of the new games, and I'm excited. What, 20 days left? 20 days until we can play BDSP on stream. I'm really excited for that. At least working at Pidgey and Igglybuff will help raise the happiness of your Eevee brothers so you can get Espeon and Umbreon. True. I would always do that. Yeah, I would definitely be like doing the happiness leveling. Not the happiness leveling, but the happiness increases during like Masuda method hunts or just egg hatchings for other stuff. That was one thing I was doing when I was going really hard on my Gen 6 decks. That's what I would do. Also, what are we actually at battery-wise here? Doesn't tell me, but I know it's low. It's given us the second warning, so we're getting low. Yo, what's going on, Juan? Welcome to the stream, man. How you doing today? Don't grow hair worth shaving. Honestly, how I was whenever like that was like a big, like the whole no shave November thing was big in like high school and stuff. I was like, it means nothing to me. You ever just want to use a Pokemon, but it only appears late game? I've never super been in that situation. A lot of Pokemon that I would like as a kid were always like the late game mons, but I think part of that was the excitement of being that far in the game. Dream was to play Ultramoon with the Decidueye only. How did you spell your own mascot's name that wrong? I don't know, man. That one's on you. Boo. Boo. Super scary. How's it going, Frank? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Last day of Inktober, then you can rest. Juan, you've been going so hard at that, man. I'm so impressed. Going through what? Nearly a pen and a half worth of ink. Yeah, last day of October. Then it's November, and then it's Pokemon release time, and I'm, again, like I said, I'm very excited for that. BDSP's release can't come fast enough. I'm really, really looking forward to it. We've got what, like, I'm trying to think, like, how long do we really have? We don't really have all that long. I mean, basically 3 weeks. Basically 3 weeks right now. 3 weeks as of, like, this past Friday. Doing good. Nice. Gonna shiny hunt PUMPKBOO. Alright, good choice. Good choice. Maybe you'll get it today on Halloween, then you'll draw a ghost type Pokemon on your pumpkin. Nice. 20 days? Yeah, it's like 20 days or 19 days, depending on how much you count, like, Friday as a day, right? Like, how much you count the 19th itself as a day. Either way, it's coming out on the 19th. I'm excited. I am so very excited for this game coming out. Hey Mike, how's it going? How's the kitty cat doing? She's doing well. She was a good sport. She put up with a Pikachu costume for about 15-20 minutes of the stream. But then she started getting squirmy, so that the Pikachu costume came off and she walked off to go take a nap or something. How are you doing, Mike? And Sebastian, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? More than 30 seconds is good for a cat costume. Absolutely. Absolutely. It helps that her first reaction to any kind of, like, harness type thing going on her is to fall over limp. So you can get it on pretty easily. Then it just kind of like the thing where you look at them with pity until you take it off them. All good here? Good to hear. Love how Legends Arceus gives evolutions to mostly forgettable Pokemon like Stantler. Especially, like, I mean, they might be, like, forgettable to a point, but I know people have talked about for a while. Like, some Pokemon like that need evolutions. So it's good to see that kind of happening in Legends. A lot of new Pokemon are getting forms that I don't think anyone would have really expected. And just in general, I'm glad that, like, the forms and the new evolutions and stuff have been, like, actually, you know, given to more than just Kanto Pokemon and stuff. Dunsparce. Dunsparce should have evolved into Drampa. Let's be real. That should have been its evolution. It should already have one. At least a Mega Dunsparce, yes. Mega Yanmega. Its name's already perfect for it. I don't know why we don't have it. Honestly, think Alolan Regional were a test to see if fans would love the concept, and that's why only Kantomon who got it. Honestly, that's a pretty good way to look at it, Earthbound fan. I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's kind of this. It's probably a mix of things, right? Where it's like, they're like, people will love Kanto, and that's true. So to a point that gives them the ability to use it as a test a bit more, where it's like an Alolan Rattata or an Alolan Meowth is kind of like way more likely to be accepted than something like Galarian Zigzagoon might have been a weird one to test it with. As far as like what counts as like classic Pokemon stuff. So yeah, honestly, that kind of makes sense. Kanto's just overrated, but that's a good concept. Yeah. I mean, I definitely think Kanto gets used a lot because it is the original, and I think people do kind of look at it and roll their eyes now because, ugh, another Kanto game. But honestly, I kind of like that way of looking at it, Earthbound fan, where it's like, since Kanto Pokemon are, largely speaking, a pretty neutrally accepted set of Pokemon, like, even if things are overrated, even if people view it as overrated, no one questions that the original 151 are Pokemon. That's never been brought into question in the same way that people will like point at Trubbish or Vanillix or something and be like, why would you make this a shiny, or not a shiny, why would you make this a Pokemon? Like, this just seems so dumb. So if you were to take one of those and make a regional form initially out of those, people would be like, what is this? But if you take, like I said, if you take Rattata or Meowth or some of the other ones that I can't think of, Marowak, like if you take those, like people are like, yeah, those are Pokemon. No matter what, those are Pokemon. So you test the regional form with that, so you're getting, any of the feedback you're getting is truly based off of the idea that it is a good idea to have a new form of the Pokemon, as opposed to having people even argue of like, why would you give this Pokemon another form? It's not a Pokemon in the first place, kind of thing. You know, it's almost a way to like sanitize like your like survey of people, because there's no argument, right? Like, even if people point at like Voltorb and Magnemite as like, why are you criticizing these other Pokemon? These are literally like a sphere and magnets. Like, there's been no rules from the start. Yeah, so I like that idea, like that thought of like maybe use it. Kanto is a good way to safely test stuff. Like, Kanto Pokemon are a good way to safely test things. Where it also helps, like, as well, that like they've been known for so long and they're known so well that like it's never going to be a thing where like it becomes part of that Pokemon's identity that one time they tried making it look different. You know, where like if you did that with like a Gen 6 Pokemon and Gen 7 that wasn't really that well liked, it's like, why'd you do this? And they go, oops, never mind. And it's like, oh yeah, these Pokemon that randomly have two forms. Gonna get the shiny before you, and you took the time to get 500 KOs. I hope we get this shiny today. I really, really hope we get the shiny today, because we've had such bad luck with our Halloween, like, October hunting. Adam, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Think that Game Freak uses Kanto Pokemon to introduce concepts. That's why Kanto starters likely got Megas and G-Max forms. Yeah, Adam. I definitely think, like, I hadn't thought about it that way at all until Earthbound fan pointed it out, but I think that's a really, like, reasonable way to look at it. And it explains why no matter what, there still always is this apparent favoritism towards Kanto Pokemon of, why is this new other region's gimmick why are Kanto Pokemon getting this other region's gimmick? But it's like, because you'll look at the gimmick as the gimmick with those. Like, even if you have some people going, ugh, why are Kanto Pokemon being used for it? Yeah, it's just like, you're never saying, like, this is or is not a Pokemon. It's always being talked about from, like, what the public actually thinks about the concept. At least way more often than in other situations. Like, with other Pokemon. At this point, Johto and Hoenn Pokemon, I would say, granted this is as someone who started with Hoenn, so Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn Pokemon are all 100% always Pokemon as far as I'm concerned. Just because they always have been, as far as I've known Pokemon. But I feel like we're kind of at the point that most of the community would agree with those three regions at least. Like, they have options as far as what they could test with, aside from Kanto stuff. If they don't want to, you know, make certain Pokemon always be their guinea pigs, you know, like Meowth seems to be the Pokemon that's going to get a new regional form every time. Has players that haven't played since Red and Blue get into the games and use familiar Pokemon works out for new players too? Yeah. It's definitely a thing where people come back to the games after a while. I think a lot of the community who's hanging out in a stream right now, like, gosh, I guess like a year after, like more than a year after the last little bit of like content drop for a mainline Pokemon game, people still hanging out in a stream probably have played most of the games recently, or at least have played all the games consistently since they started getting into Pokemon. But there's a large amount of the population out there who, you know, I have tons of friends who didn't play at all between Gens 4 and 8 and got 8, and it was amazing because it was 3D Pokemon for the first time as far as they were concerned. So, Yeah, yeah. So I think a lot of us might look at it from the perspective of these Pokemon have been Pokemon for 2 generations. They're familiar at this point. Use them. But then you have someone who hasn't played since Dialga was new, you know? So you get that kind of thing. Finally got a VR headset with Assetto Corsa. Nice, Wage. Nice. Man, I still need to get my wheel and pedals set up, but I don't know where I'm gonna put them. So I haven't set them up yet. But man, I'm gonna play so much Assetto Corsa and F1 once I have that set up. Can we talk about the fact that Charizard got a G-Max form 1 year before Venusaur and Blastoise got one? That, I will say no matter what, at the end of the day, the Galarian Champions, like, iconic Pokemon being a Charizard was a little bit funky. The story-wise, that was funky. Testing concepts, I'm fine with it. You know, I have no issue with that. And I think that makes a lot of sense. I don't think at any point I will ever think that Leon having a Charizard wasn't strange from like a story perspective in comparison to other gens where it's like usually they have a pseudo or very close to a pseudo legendary as one of their Pokemon, you know, like from that region. Game Freak also has players that yeah. Reeking, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. So wish Johto got more mons. Yeah, they got 100. How does that stack up with most games? I feel like they're on the lower end of things. Like I think they had a below average number of new Pokemon. But yeah, so there's definitely just there's a lot that like Game Freak's trying to balance from like a player base perspective. There's gonna be people who haven't played since Sinnoh that are gonna get BDSP. They're gonna go right from Diamond Pearl to Diamond Pearl. They're gonna miss everything else in the middle. So there's got to be something there for them. There's got to be something there for people who never played Sinnoh. There's got to be something there for people who haven't played since Sun and Moon. There's got to be people who only played in Galar. You know, there's all this kind of experience that they're trying to balance. Versus the perspective of a chat like this where almost everyone in here has definitely played, like, at least the last 2 or 3 generations of Pokemon. Yeah, but guys, I got some new games for my my Japanese complete in box collection. I now have a black and white in Japanese complete in box, so that's kind of nice. Got those to add to my little collection on my shelves and stuff. Once I get those set up, I've been very slow about moving some things in if they aren't on camera. But yeah, I was basically I was at a convention and I was looking at some games and basically the people I usually buy a lot of my games from. I bought all of my complete in box Gen 3 from them. They're great. They're great. They're really reputable and everything. Man, those games have gotten more pricey. Like I was shocked when the price of the games that like the price of like Fire Red, which I bought for like $25 or $30 from them a few years ago, was $85. I was like, oh boy. Like, it's over tripled in price since I bought it. It's like, it hasn't even been that long. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that kind of made me look at, like, the Diamond and Pearl and Platinum and all. They had all these games. Like, do I get, like, how many of them do I get before those get crazy, too? But by the time I had considered it, people had bought most of the Gen 4 stuff. So I was like, I'll just get black and white. Black and white 2 were, like, double the price of black and white. So I wasn't going to get those yet, but I'll get around them at some point. Hey, what's going on, Mayu? In the second Ash you've seen. Who else was Ash today? Mayu. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Yeah, you can thank Sudden and Vanillix for this one. Sudden came up with the idea. Vanillix basically donated our entire stream goal for it. To get me as Ash and to get my cat as Pikachu. Hey, what's going on, gamers? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? This hat was not meant for someone with my size head. Which is regularly the case, but still unfortunate. Some kid actually looked like IRL Ash. Oh, that's awesome. So do you think is the worst Pokemon in it? Not all of them. In fact, most are good. It's just mostly Gimmickmon and Pokemon who got evolutions in newer gens. I mean, I feel like Johto had a lot of Mons in it that were like intended to be in Gen 1. I think it's also worth looking at Johto from the perspective of they thought that was the end. They didn't think they were going to make games after Johto. They made Gen 1, then they made Gen 2, with the intent of Gen 2 being the ultimate form of the games. Hence, they had Kanto in it, and they could trade with Kanto, and all this was like, these are basically the gold versions of the game. They're gold and silver. They were the top versions of the game. That's what we're going to make. We're going to be done. And then they were so successful that they just kept going. Do you get your Spiritomb before you have to go? You have like 2 hours until you can't hunt. Until you can't do a hunt? 734? 734 what? When you were young, you thought every Pokemon came from Kalos? Since Y was your first game ever? And a lot of people have that perspective. And that's kind of why I was saying earlier when I said like, they could probably test with like Hoenn Pokemon and earlier now. They probably don't just have to limit it to Kanto. Is because that's my perspective. My first games were Gen 3 games. So for me, everything was, everything Gen 3 and earlier is what a Pokemon is. So that's my perspective. There are other people who did start in Gen 2 or Gen 1 and don't have that perspective. So it's kind of the same thing as what you have, right? Where it's like, for you, everything in Gen 6 and earlier is and always has been a Pokemon. Because since you've known what Pokemon are, that's been what the examples are. I think they should just stop making new Pokemon seasons at this point and try wrapping it up. Like, of the anime or of, like, Pokemon in general. I lost a bunch of eggs because the card was removed. Oh, that sucks. I don't know, because, yeah, we would always have, like, mystery, like, oh, don't remove your game card before, like, saving or before powering off the system or whatever, like, messages when we booted up the Switch again for Let's Go once we lost our combos. I don't know why. I don't know why that happens. Of the anime. Yeah, I haven't watched a lot of the anime. I've seen various episodes, and I've barely watched, like, any of Indigo League straight through, so I haven't really watched all of it. Like, at all. I haven't watched, like, any of the new stuff, so I don't really have a strong opinion on it, but I definitely, like, can kind of see where the perspective's coming from with Ash, especially just the meminess of it, right? Like, Ash has been a 10-year-old for 20 years, or, like, an 11-year-old now, kind of thing, like, that's it. Testing with Pokemon from Unova for regional forms. Yeah, I mean, well, now that they've shown that regional forms are accepted and actually kind of liked by the community, like, I think they've embraced it across, like, the whole thing. I think, like, I would say, yeah, Gen 5 is probably about the further, or, like, the newest you can get, where you can justify remaking a design at this point. If you did it with like a Kalos Pokemon or an Alola Pokemon or a Galar Pokemon, like, you'd be like, why was this not just the original design? If, like, you want to remake the design, why is this, like, new? It should have ended it in XYZ. Was that your favorite part of it? I feel like that's probably your favorite part or your first part. Just from that message. Not judging or saying anything, I just think that's kind of the perspective of a lot of people. Again, going back to if you started playing on one game, that's where the classic side of it starts, and the new stuff can be different and is always a risk whether or not you'll like it. Like, if you didn't like something from before, it's like, but that's part of it. It's getting repetitive. I think it's actually time they wrap up the story and start an actual new generation of Pokemon trainers. I could see trying to do that. I think we talked about the other day, like, doing a, like, soft reboot or anything like that, or, like, just trying to reboot Pokemon in general is weird. It has such a momentum to it. Ash seemed like an adult more. Yeah, but it was an intentional decision to make it more cartoony and lighthearted going into Gen 7. Which again may or may not have been your thing, you know. But yeah, that was an intentional decision they made, and I think they kind of kept it a little bit with Journeys. It would be interesting to see what they did if they just changed who the trainer is at this point. Switch the story over to another character. Yeah, I mean, I guess that would probably give them a little bit more room to go back to some of the very early storylines of Pokemon, of the anime. You know, it's like you can make Ash pretty clueless, but you can't make him nearly as clueless as he was in like Indigo League. You can't do that again with Ash, but you could do it again with another character. But then, you know, you wonder, like, then you would probably start having arguments with people saying, oh, it's too repetitive. We already did all this with Ash. Why are we just doing this again? I don't know. I'm not a creative director at Pokemon, so I can't say for certain what would be happening there. Or what they're trying to balance. Funny thing is, your first game was Y, but your first Pokemon anime was Black and White. Really? Okay. Did your last message send the autosave? Oh, that's good that it autosaved. Maybe you're smart because you didn't lose a box on like 5x. That's good. That's good. I missed that one, gamers. I missed that. Sorry. Should have ended on Ash on X and Y and Sun and Moon a different main character. Honestly, that probably would have been a good point. But I don't know. Yo, it's Ash Gotcha. What's going on, MT? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Hope all is well for you. They don't have to have it the same. They can make a completely new region or start it in maybe Nova. Oh no, I mean, it's not like they would start in Kanto again. Like, you would start whatever, like, the next generation is, right? Like, whatever the next generation of Pokemon is, like, whatever the next region is, you know? You start there with a new character. But you can do the same thing you did with Ash in the 90s. You know, you can make them so clueless they don't know how to throw a Pokeball. You can make them incredibly, like, naive to everything, right? Like, it almost feels like they kind of tried that. I don't know. It's from the sounds of it, it almost feels like they kind of tried to add, like, just to add the new trainer in with Go, but it's probably just, it sounds like it's been weird. Where's Pikachu, aka Mindless's cat? She was on the stream earlier. She was on the stream at the start about an hour ago. She put up the costume for about 15 minutes before she got a little bit too squirmy, and I took her out of it, and off she ran to go take a nap. Yo, are we getting raided? A Beetle Parade. What's going on, Raiders? Welcome to the stream. How you guys doing today? Lost Rebel MC, Jocelyn Torres, Hannah, Brianna. Welcome to the stream, Raiders. Golden Vicious. I read that wrong. But welcome to the stream, guys. How are you doing today? Raid hype in chat, everyone. I'm assuming this is a Beetle Binky raid. Welcome. Monster Football, welcome to the stream. Happy Halloween to everyone. Hype. So much hype in the chat there, Juan. Yeah, 97 to be exact. It came to America the year you were born. 98. Okay, cool. Hey, Beetle Binky, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for the raid, dude. Thank you so much for the raid. How was your stream today, man? What were you hunting for? Let me grab your link real quick, too. All right. Let's grab your link. Where is it? Why is this not? I hate that my subs aren't, like, alphabetically sorted, and I have yet to actually do the, like, smart thing and set up proper commands, so we're just going to copy the link. Guys, everyone from my stream, if you don't know who Beetle Binky is, definitely go check them out. Here's their link in chat. They're another awesome shiny hunting streamer. Definitely go give them a sub and check out some of his streams. Yes, for everyone coming in with the raid, my name is Mindless Enigma. I am another shiny hunter here on YouTube, doing a bunch of different hunts across a bunch of different games and stuff. Today we're just doing some PUMPKBOO hunting as a final Halloween stream. But yeah, I'm happy to see all of you guys. If you could, I would really appreciate if you left a like and subbed. It would help out a lot. But yeah, hope you guys are all doing well today. Hunted for the Gen 3 mushroom. I see. No worries, wanted to raid you since you never get the chance. Yeah, the timing never works out with the usual schedules. I feel that. We're hunting for Veltal, Shroomish, and Mischievous, but no luck. Ah, dang. How's my stream? My stream's been going well. I like the costume. Thank you. That was actually it was like a donation goal a while back to get me in an Ash costume and to get my cat in a Pikachu costume. I wish the cat was still in the Pikachu costume, but being a cat, she wasn't really a fan of it, and she had to get out after like 15-20 minutes. But yeah, glad to have all you here. Do your Ash impression. Pikachu, use Thunderbolt. I have no Ash impression, I'm sorry. Golden Vicious, thank you for the sub, I appreciate it. First thing you see on Beetle Binky is Among Us highlights. Prefers to be Meow. Yeah, I should have given her a Meowth costume, that would have been better. For the longest time, you thought your name was Mindless Lasagna. That would probably be a better name. It would let me also like do some cooking streams on the side. You know, if I needed to make that pivot, right? Like if Pokemon content just became completely worthless, I'd always have like a good culinary channel. We should do that now. We should just have like Mindless Enigma's Mindless Lasagna stream. Won't be me doing actually any cooking. It won't be me preparing it in any way. It's just going to be me throwing like a Stouffer's lasagna into the oven and streaming with the oven light on. You know, really like the most entertaining and engaging kind of cooking content on the platform. For your Joker costume, you're going to have to use part of your concert outfit the band gave you if you decide to snack. Trust me, you really got to be careful not to get it messed up. Yeah, that'd not be good to get those kind of fees on like band costumes and stuff. Knowing how expensive that stuff can be. I was never in band, but I heard a lot of stories about that kind of stuff. You would watch it? All the action's going to be in the first like minute and in the last minute. As far as basically start the stream, chuck the lasagna in, close the door, and then I'll walk away for however long it takes to cook. Once Among Us has its anniversary, you should hunt Among Us. I mean, at this point, hasn't it been over a year since like Among Us was super duper popular? Because I remember that being like a late summer and fall thing last year. So I feel like it's been over a year. My friends and I were actually talking about that. We were at a convention this weekend for a day, and a lot of like the dealers had stuff out, and like there was very little Among Us stuff for how big of a meme it had become. But it just was like, we were thinking about like one or two booths were selling like plushie kind of things for it. And it was definitely one of those things where like looking at it, it's like, yeah, there would have been a lot more of this if the convention had happened in any kind of way last year. But because it was canceled and everything, like the peak of that happened and then it went away. There were some costumes. Some people were dressed up as Among Us characters. Some were like really good like interpretations as far as like yellows, like space suits with helmets and like, you know, drawing the imposter stuff on it and stuff, and that was really cool. And there was one guy walking around in an inflatable one, and it was amazing. Like, just because of how big and clearly awkward it was to have to be wearing that thing. But it counted as his mask, so, you know, that's all that matters, right? It counted as his face covering. Cheesy goodness. It's been a while since I've had lasagna. It actually kind of sounds good. As free as it's required for concerts. But if it gets messed up or outside stuff, you gotta pay. Yeah, right. Like it's basically a free rental, but you have to pay like any of the cleaning fees. Need to give your flame body mon a smoke ball because it couldn't run away from a level 20 Drifloon. Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good idea. Cat looks good in the Pikachu costume. Right? Right? She looks so adorable in it. I wish she was more more happy about wearing it. Yeah, did anyone get a screenshot of that and put it on Discord? I know I had mentioned that, and then I went, I'm getting a lot of Discord notifications. I'm assuming that was related. Because, yeah, she put up with it, but was not happy. Like, that was kind of her face, was like, whatever. It's a level 40 Colossal. You would think that should be able to get away, but you never know. Overweight when you took bans so you never fit in the uniforms. Ah, dang. Imagine you do a shiny only run. I don't think I could. I honestly, for how much shiny hunting I do, I don't know, that would be too much for me. Only has 31 speed. He's a slow boy. He's just super big. Better than your cat Booker trying to back out of his Christmas sweater. Oh, you didn't see her doing the like trying to back out of it thing that she was doing for like 2 or 3 minutes before the stream started. She did that. She very much so did that, and then kind of realized. That's also why like the little hood that it had was pulled back, because as soon as that was on her head, she was definitely trying to like walk backwards out of it. She's a little bit more tolerant of stuff like that than some cats are, just because she usually wears a collar all the time, as well as she has a harness. We go on like little walks around the front and backyard. So during those, yeah, she has her little harness on and stuff. So she's used to having stuff on. It's just the costume itself was a little bit more all-encompassing and a little bit like just more solid and fluffy. Walking a cat is hard. She's gotten more used to it. She can't be outside like on her own because she has all of her like allergy stuff and everything. And on top of that, there's coyotes and like foxes and stuff behind like the houses here. That's like, yeah, I don't want my cat wandering around in that. To be honest, I don't know. I don't think she'd be prepared. Does that too, but still. Yeah, it's like basically as soon as you can get something on her, she'll stay in it usually, but she won't like it. She'll look at you like, I'm not gonna take it off, but really, why'd you do this? Does my cat know Scratch? Yo! Oh my gosh! I looked away! Yo, guys! I didn't even look. I wasn't even looking. Shiny hype. You didn't see it. I did not. I like looked up and there were sparkles. Yo, hype, guys, hype. Never looking. I know, Jesse. I know. But shiny PUMPKBOO, guys. Yes. This makes up for all the Drifloon problems we've had. Alright. Where are my Pokeballs? Where are my Pokeballs? Why do I have so many other things here? There we go. There we go. Your ears. Oof. Sorry. Why are all the shinies showing up today when you're in the stream? I don't know. I'm happy though. I was really nervous that we weren't gonna find our shiny like during the Halloween stream, just because we've spent like weeks on all of our other ones. I've been so lucky. Did you see the Duskull and the Drifloon numbers? We still haven't found Drifloon. Will I evolve it? I will evolve one. So here's the question, guys. Do we go for another PUMPKBOO? Or do we go for Drifloon? We can do either. I am okay with doing either. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Feels good, man. He'll help to evolve. Drifloon? I am definitely partial to Drifloon. I think we should go for Drifloon personally. Drifloon? Okay. Chat seems to largely be saying going for Drifloon, so I'm down for that. Like saying that you haven't got a shiny since your triple odds SOS hunt. Ah, fair. Got the PUMPKBOO, go for the Drifloon. All right. Sounds like Chad is in agreement here. I'm gonna make sure we save. I don't want to lose this. Throw the shiny out once though. True. Let's just throw it out here on this Meowth. Guys, shiny hype. I'm so glad we found PUMPKBOO today. Oh, man. But there we go. There's our little shiny PUMPKBOO. Heck yes, guys. But just look at it. It's so good. I'm so glad we found this. Waiting for when you get a shiny when you're not looking, but see it on the first see it on the TV in the back and not your capture card display. That'll be a day. Just like looking this way for some reason and see it. That'll be interesting. Yeah, so let's go ahead and run. Take it to Crown Tundra and have it follow you. Nah, but it would get chilly. Oh yeah, nature guess. Let's look at nature. Let's check summary here. Look at this. Look at it. Adamant nature. Heck yes, guys. Shiny hype. Let's just go ahead and move it over to a box real quick. I really need to organize my PC more. I mean, there's like random shinies all throughout here. Like, yeah, let's go ahead and move Quagsire back up at the top, and we will go ahead and fly over to the wild area here. What your odds were? I don't know, because it wasn't brilliant, right? Like there was, if it was brilliant, I would have been paying attention. I gotta double check what Drifloon is odds wise at various times. Yeah, let's see. Okay, Route 5 always a slow option, but an option that exists. It's just normal weather. Surf 10%, not fantastic. South Lake Mylock, snowing 5%, also not great. So what else do we have? Watchtower. Alright, yeah, so as far as areas we have access to, because I've not played Isle of Armor, so I don't have access to like Loop Lagoon or Workout Sea or that stuff, unfortunately. We will be going to North, we'll just be going to Lake Mylock here. And going that way. John the Pikachu, welcome to the stream. Best nature for that mon? A. Can you think of a bug type legendary that's not an Ultra Beast? Genesect counts as a mythical, doesn't it? It doesn't count as it doesn't count in this case, does it? Alright. All right. One second here. I'm just updating all the stream info, guys, and then we'll get into this hunt. We got the balloon back on screen. Let's get the numbers updated here. All right, now we're good to go. Now we're good to go. Sorry for that. Welcome to anyone who missed trying going down Matt Akagi on AC. Oh my god, those hairpins. I bet. Hey, Art, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Also, John, I believe I said welcome, but welcome again. How you guys doing today? Want you to get your Spiritomb now? I hope you get it, dude. Doing a shiny legendary hunt in the Crown Tundra. Bug type there? Well, that could be Kartana, right? Remember when they did random Magikarp shiny raids? I don't. Were those just random Dynamax things? So because you looked at it. Got you. Kartana's Grass Steel. Yeah, that's what I was gonna... Oh, it's Grass Steel? Oh. What would be bug type then? Am I blanking on something I should remember? Yeah, Mythicals are a subset of Legendaries. Are they? I always kind of consider them like a separate thing just because of their weirdness. Oh, Genesect is in Dynamax Ventures, isn't it? I didn't think it was. Is it? Buzzwole and Formosa are the only two bugs in Dynamax Ventures. Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Then that'd be one of those two. I would assume. Alright, just making sure I'm caught up on chat after all my stuff here. Yeah, odds at that point, I guess 1 in 1365. Yeah, because I have Shiny Charm, but I guess we hadn't really done enough encounters for it to like actually boost anything. But guys, I'm so happy we found a Shiny today. We actually found ourselves a Shiny during Spooktober in a reasonable amount of time. We've had so much bad luck with that. This Drifloon's way over odds. Our Duskull went incredibly over odds. I was so nervous that we just weren't gonna find PUMPKBOO. No known bug legend except Arceus, Bug, Genesect, or Ultra Beast. Yeah. All these Frillish. The Frillish do keep tricking me a little bit. They're a similar shape, right? Want your Spiritomb on Halloween? Dude, that'd be perfect, man. Finding Spiritomb on Halloween would be absolutely perfect. Not getting it, but you really want it, so you're gonna hunt. Want a legendary bug that comes from space? I mean... gestures broadly at several Ultra Beasts. One second. Not getting it, but you really want it, so you're gonna hunt. Yeah, absolutely. Best of luck. You know, you're not gonna find... There's no chance of finding it if you don't hunt. So may as well hunt for it. Tell me what would point at a mosquito with the body of the rock and say it's an alien? I mean, I would. I mean, would you not? Favorite shiny is Shiny Jolteon? Nice. My favorite shiny is Milotic. We're not getting lucky at all here with Drifloon. How they come from different universes. I think that would count as an alien, right? Would it not? It's so alien, it's alien to the entire universe. If you had a gym team, you'd want 2 themes. 1, all are ghost mons, and 2, all the mons. Non-ghost types is weak to bug, as you're scared of bugs. Interesting strategy there. Also, thank you everyone for all the likes on the stream. I really appreciate it. We hit 15 likes, which is our usual like goal for the stream, so I really, really appreciate that. Also, did anyone post on Discord that we had the cat in the costume and that we found the PUMPKBOO? So like, decision why it's grass ghost, so it'd be weak to bug if it wasn't ghost. Oh, that'd be very interesting. When you capture Buzzwole, you're calling it the Rock. There you go. Only one of your eggs hatched, because the other ones are waiting so they can shine. This one was at very different steps for some reason. Hey, Inferno Man, what's going on, man? Welcome, welcome. Super quick PUMPKBOO, right? Congrats. Thank you, man. Thank you. No, I was blown away by that. We've had very poor luck when it comes to the when it comes to our shinies in Sword and Shield the past month or so. Like Duskull went double odds. This Drifloon's well over odds at this point, despite the 500 KOs. Like, I have not been known to have great luck, it seems, with these Sword and Shield Pokemon. So I'm very happy that PUMPKBOO shined quickly, and we were able to actually find a shiny on Halloween. That was good. I was very happy about that. But yeah, how's things been going for you, Inferno Man? Hope all is well. Duskull and Drifloon are bad. Sure, but Steel and PUMPKBOO. So true. I always forget that I did have the 5 encounters Steel. I can't complain too much about my luck. I guess it's kind of evened out at this point. Definitely needed the luck. Feel like you have too much of it. Hey, that's better than not having enough, man. It is Halloween luck indeed. Oh, there goes the controller. We're just playing with these for the rest of the day. No controller pog. Where we're going, we don't need controllers. Man, imagine if that happened during the shiny. Just added the stress. Really want fire regional Drifloon. That'd be interesting. Like, you could make Drifloon look a bit more like a blimp that way. I think that'd be kind of cool. Everything's going great. You had the Halloween marching band show during the football game yesterday. Nice. Don't really have any Halloween stuff going on today. Ironically, hey, that's totally fair though, man. I get that. Yeah, this past weekend, like the weekend that we're in now and next weekend, are super busy for me, and then I think I have like one weekend that's slightly chill, and then it's just then from there it's all BDSP stuff. So November's gonna be an interesting month for me. Or from your PC, don't know what's happening. Strange. Yeah, that's really weird. Imagine instead of a controller, you'd use your own mind. Just like controlled games. Might stay with your brothers this weekend while your mom and sisters are gone. They're having your little half brother for the weekends. Have to wait for your mom to. Found Formosa and you've not completed the Crown Tundra storyline. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to finish the story for Dynamax Adventures. You just have to make it through that tutorial bit for it. That's your oldest brother, but you can still watch movies on the DVD player and play the games. Okay. Yeah, that's so strange that your eggs are hatching differently, gamers. I don't know, like, how that could happen without them. Like, I don't know how that would happen, right? Like, that shouldn't be the case. Especially if you're, like, you know, going into the PC and collecting 5 eggs and then, like, going and hatching stuff and then going back. Like, that should always be super consistent if they're the same Pokemon. All right. Someone in your church was going to take off work to volunteer for something last night and ended up getting canceled last second. Oh, no! If you control games with your mind, feel bad for fighting game players and what they go through. Yeah, even then, I would still do terribly at fighting games. Be right back. See you in a bit, gamers. See you in a bit. Want to play through Final Fantasy VII because you have PS2 and still is the game? Hey, that'd be fun. Hopefully these eggs work right. I hope so. Yeah, that's so strange that's been happening to you, man. Got a Poke Flash mod from Wonder Trade. Gonna release it. Probably a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing with Wonder Trade, right? Like, or does any of like the online stuff, GTS or anything, is like you just kind of look at it and go, how many of these came from just like a genning site, especially like when it comes to like that kind of thing where it's like clearly just these like companies trying to get you to go in and pay for them to gen you specific mons and stuff. Yeah, play so you can understand plot better. Hopefully that's only happened once. Yeah, that's so weird. That's really weird. Hoping to get to Goldenrod Tuesday while driving around with your mom because of the endocrinologist. Okay. Yeah, so you got a lot of like riding in the car to do that you can hunt during. I got you. I got you. Working drowsy when you get back there. You're on a mission, Rose Girl. You're gonna find all these. I need to take this hat off. It is very tight and very tiny. One thing you don't like about Hone is the lack of new good electric types. Are you saying that Electrike isn't enough for you? Come on. Gotta go. Alright, see you later, Ree. Thanks for tuning into the stream, man. I appreciate you being here. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Like horror movies? No, not at all. I am not a fan of anything in the horror genre. Just never been my thing. It's like so I said like, oh, I gotta take this hat off, and my intent was like, I'll take this hat off when we find the next Drifloon, and now we've done like a loop and a half and haven't found it. A little bit upsetting. Like having diversity in your team so you don't want to use Manectric over and over again. That's fair. That's fair. I was mostly just kind of joking because like Electric's a cool Pokemon to me. You got Plusle and Minun though. But I feel like they aren't really necessarily quite as useful. Come on. I know we have like a super low encounter. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I gotta... We have horrible hat hair, but this is a very like tight hat. So, yeah, no. That was the hat. We wore it for all of PUMPKBOO. That's what matters, right? That was the Halloween part. So, normal hair here for the next like little remaining bit of stream. Did I play any Animal Crossing? I haven't played it in a while. I played it when it first came out. Basically, a good mark of the first update that I didn't play, because I haven't played it since it came out, was the update that added diving. I played up until then pretty consistently, you know, at least like logging in once a day and stuff. But around the time that came out, I think I started playing a few other games, and because I was playing those other games, I didn't want to like swap the cartridge over and stuff, and so I just didn't play it. As bad of a reason as that is, that's why I stopped and I just haven't picked it back up. The only Pikachu clone you used on your teams is a Molga due to maybe the anime. Can play a bit of blue while waiting at the doctors and even a couple steps while they do your blood draw Tuesday into the restaurant. Dang, you really are optimizing all of your time, Rose Girl. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, so I played it when it first came out. New Horizons was the first Animal Crossing game I ever played. My girlfriend's played a lot more of like New Leaf and stuff like that. You can see how tight that hat was. You can see the red mark like on my head where the hat was like grabbing. Going back in with the DLC. Yeah, no, I actually haven't seen any of the stuff from the DLC. I didn't look into that at all. I got like the teaser they had in the actual like Nintendo Direct. I saw that they were like adding the cafe in, theoretically. But yeah, I guess it was a pretty big update. At least enough of one to warrant being like a paid DLC. Do you think the new forms and evolutions in Legends Arceus are going to be exclusive in only Legends Arceus? For now, yes. I don't think they'll transfer into anything. I especially don't think they'll transfer into Sword and Shield, and I really doubt they'll transfer into BDSP. I guess there is technically a chance they will if they're compatible, but because BDSP is like being developed, all these Pokemon are being made. But my expectations are that they'll be in Legends Arceus, they'll be able to go to home, and until we get a new generation of games, they won't be able to leave home. That's my assumption. That's my guess. Like they'll only be able to go into Legends and home, is my assumption right now. Gonna do 60 eggs right now, do some guzzler and get back to this. Fair enough, fair enough. The respective games that you can find without hordes. Use the Pikachu clones on your girl files since you have both versions of every Pokemon game. When you play Oras, you used Plusle and Minun in their respective games. They can find without hordes. Got you, got you. Which new forms are there out of the loop here? In Legends Arceus, they've announced a bunch of Hisuian forms for stuff. Stuff like Growlithe, Zora. Why am I blanking on some of the other ones? But there have been a lot of regional forms announced for the Legends game. And so my thought is I don't think we'll see those regional forms in... I don't think we'll see the regional forms go into BDSP, and I definitely don't think we'll see them go into Sword and Shield. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went into like whatever the games that come after Legends are. Something tells you regional forms from Legends Arceus will be like the fossils. I mean, I guess like that's kind of the thing, right? Like that's kind of what it ends up being, in a way. Unless time travel becomes part of the game, which it almost feels like it will, given the trailer for Zora and Zoroark was very time travel-y, like very much time machine-y, of like, the machine worked, I'm back here in Hisui with a camera, right? Like, that makes me think there's some kind of time travel coming into the Pokemon lore soon, and beyond what's in Johto and Kanto in Gen 1 and 2. Excuse me. So aside from that, I feel like there's a little bit of something there, time travel-y wise, so maybe some stuff can trade because of that, but I'm not sure. But yeah, like, if that's not the case, then these are very much so Sinnoh forms that went extinct, right? Or like changed and adapted over time. Over a relatively short amount of time at that, you know? So that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting to see. Pulsel and Mylan are in both Ruby and Sapphire. Their encounter rates are just swapped. Yeah. Yeah, and like in Oras, one is like the main one you find, and the other one is just like a percentage chance in a horde encounter. Pulsel and Mylan are your favorite ones. I think that introducing double battles and having two Pokemon who work well together is a good idea. Oh yeah, no, I mean they were smart about when they added them. I really like them. Can't wait for the plot point of Legends Arceus. It's probably going to be the extension of the fire types in the region. Oh, the extinction? Like what the whole like plot driving, like the whole like point of the plot's going to be in Legends Arceus. I'm interested to see what that's going to be as well. Like what's going to end up being like the underlying story behind all of our missions. Like what's it going to be leading to? It feels like it's going to be kind of the rise of Team Galactic in a little bit of a way, just because like that's very clearly alluded to with like the team and stuff that you're working for. Excuse me. I got all the eggs are going to hatch right now, and I need to hatch them. Best of luck. Hopefully a shiny comes out of it. Eggs 120 to 125, nice. $151 to $155, all right. Rolling through those eggs, man, making progress on it. There's a Drifloon, finally. Took a while to find another one. I think the weather today is just not super great for these. I think we're only going to do like 20 more minutes of streaming. Just make it a 2-hour stream. Given it is the weekend, I got a few things I did kind of want to do. I usually do try to do, and we did find the PUMPKBOO. If we hadn't found PUMPKBOO, we'd still be going, but since we found PUMPKBOO and Drifloons, they're very hard to come by today. It might just be a bit shorter of a stream here. Is there a Pokemon you want to get in Evolution or form in Legends Arceus? What is it? I don't know. I don't really have, like, preferences or desires with that most of the time. I think, like, for me, it's generally just kind of neat to see what Game Freak comes up with. I find usually if I don't go in with any kind of hopes or expectations for that kind of thing, like, I'm generally pleasantly surprised and excited when I see what they do have to show, you know? Like, it's not like me going like, as long as you lower your expectations enough, the games are good or that kind of thing, but, like, I just kind of go in with, like, no expectations as far as it, like, I don't think anything's going to happen, I don't hope anything's going to happen, and, like, generally speaking in that case, like, there are some neat, exciting things that come out of it, you know? That's generally the perspective I take on it. What if there was an egg treadmill in Sword and Shield? Like, so you could just stand on it? I mean, yeah, because I guess, like, Sun and Moon kind of had that in terms of that one little tiny, like, pen that you could stand in and just spin in a circle super fast and just rack up egg steps. Yeah, because we really don't have that in Sword and Shield. You just have some areas that are, like, decent for riding a bike in a circle in. Taurus is just insanely fast. True. But yeah, so there's basically, there's the tiny pen you could just stand in and spin, and then there was the larger area you could stand in outside the nursery and run around in a big circle. I tended to do the big circle one just so I could, like, collect all the eggs, you know? Like, as they popped up, I could just grab eggs. Galar just has a big line you can bike. Yeah. You have the line back and forth, and then you can just, like, spin in a circle in that spot as well, and that's about it. But I mean, honestly, the big line is more equivalent, is more similar to what they usually had. Like, Alola was very different in the fact that it was a very nicely gated off area to run in a circle. Usually it's, if you look at X and Y, or you look at, you know, Hoenn, most of those, yeah, you just run in a straight line and then turn around and run back. Excuse me. I don't know how I'm still sleepy. I got, like, an actually good amount of sleep last night. Johto and Kalos deserve more Mons. Kalos didn't have a lot of new Mons because a lot of their effort was going into making all the 3D models and animations. So Kalos makes sense from that perspective. They didn't add a whole lot of new stuff just because they were putting all of their effort into making, like, all the Pokemon 3D, right? And, like, those are still the models, like, that we're using today, basically. Kalos had a lot of good Mons, though. Oh yeah, it definitely did. I mean, I think it also the reason for a slightly lower count from Kalos would be just because, like, they did go very hard when it came to Unova, and it wasn't super greatly, like, reciprocated from the fan base as far as, like, their, like, excitement about it. Like, they put a whole bunch of effort in, but they didn't get a proportional amount of happiness from the community about it out of it, you know? So that might have also been part of their kind of decision there. To be like, the community didn't... it's not like every Pokemon we make is going to be equally loved by the community, and the more they do and the more they focus on the new ones, a lot of people will be like, eh. Just need to make sure you swapped eggs, feel like you didn't. Dude, me with that Grookey hunt, the number of times I just kept collecting eggs and had like a whole PC box of eggs I had collected just while like waiting for stuff to hatch that had already hatched. I ran around with Spiritombs. Rip. I know that feeling. Did I even get Grookey? I have not. I have not gotten Grookey, no. I got bored and took a break and went to Dratini, and then we started all of our Spooktober hunts. So we're going back. We have a lot of hunts lined up still. So I think we're set on our schedule for hunts from now until PDSP comes out. Because thinking about it in my head, we're gonna have 3 streams this week. I think I've mentioned this. I'll mention it again right now. I am going to be on a plane on Friday, so I will not be streaming at all. Yeah, I have like a wedding to go to this weekend and stuff, so I'm going to be out of town this weekend. And then when so I'm leaving Friday for that, so I'm not going to be streaming on, like I said, I'm not going to be streaming Friday. So you got Monday, Tuesday, Thursday this week. Then we'll have like another... Well, like, then we'll have 2 full weeks of streams after that. So I think we have, what, like... I think it comes to, like, 11 streams between now and BDSP. Actually, no, like, 10 streams between now and BDSP, I think. Because that 11th stream will be BDSP. So we have, like, 9 or 10 streams between now and BDSP, depending on, like, what I do, like, the day before that comes out. So we have everything lined up. I think that we're going to need lined up. We've got Dratini, we've got Grookey, we've got Terrakion, and then from Terrakion we also have all the other ones. Yeah, so I think we're very healthy in our stream options between now and when we very clearly just start doing BDSP stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. Because we also have Drifloon. Assuming we don't find Drifloon here in the next 15 minutes, we have Drifloon as well to also kind of try finishing up. Hey, welcome back, Timmy. How are you doing today? Happy Halloween to you. Hope all is going well. Is this a new playlist? This is one that I've been using the past few streams. It's still a Monster Cat playlist, but it's just one I've been using the past few streams. Bad news! Oh no! Not bad news. None of the songs seem familiar. None of them are on the playlist we usually leave. You failed a shiny yesterday. Oh no! I'm so sorry, Timmy. What shiny was it? Yeah, no, I decided to start playing around with some of Monster Cat's like pre-generated playlists, which has actually been pretty nice. So we've used this one a couple times, but nothing like our original songs. Zigzagoon, no! I know that. I've failed Zigzagoons before. It's not fun. Do you think there can be more than one legendary that's the same species? Like, are you basically saying, like, do you think like there can be 2 Dialgas or like 2 Zapdoses or something? I feel like there usually can't. I feel like there might be some circumstances I'm not thinking of that, yes, there can be, but I feel like they're kind of just supposed to be the one, like, ultimate beast over their domain of stuff, you know? That's always been my thought on it. In Hordes, he used Lava Plume that kills everyone. He didn't know that. Oh, no. Oh, that's awful. I'm so sorry, Timmy. We're back seeing a bit, gamers. I'm so sorry that happened, man. The only exception is legendary birds. Well, I mean, even them, I would imagine there's only one. Like, canonically, at least, I would have to imagine there's only one of them. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they rule over, but, like, I feel like there's still only one of them. I think that's just kind of the deal. It's like, it is the one, Zapdos, or the one Moltres, or the one Articuno. Luckily, it wasn't a shiny that you were too attached to. That's good, at least. That's good. It still stinks when it happens and when you realize what happened. Like, when you just watch that health bar go down and you're like, I didn't mean to do this. Doesn't Lottie's kind of same species? Well, they have different dex entries. I would be inclined to agree to an extent, like in the same way that there's like a male female Nidorans and stuff, but like male female Nidorans like really should be the same species of Pokemon. But like that would mean there's only one dex entry, you know? At least in my mind, usually I just kind of consider like if it has its own dex entry, it's its own species. But I guess legends can be a little bit different. Like the legendaries would be a little bit different from that. But in my mind at least, they still are different, despite them being like effectively like siblings, right? Like they should be, by all means, by all like accounts, they should be the same species. But alas, the thing about the Nidoran is that the Game Boy able to do that though. Game Boy, yes. Specifically when they were building Gen 1 though, no. So that didn't really come down to the Game Boy. That was way more of a design decision they made then. Because again, you got to remember, like, they didn't intend on this being like this massively like continually running series, right? They kind of made their game. They're gonna move on to make other games. Like that's what they were gonna do. Like Pokemon would be this cool RPG thing they made off like this like idea from like a childhood like a childhood idea that was had, right? Like that was gonna be it, and they were just gonna move on and just start working on the next kind of thing. But then, out of nowhere, it blows up. It's massive. It's the most like successful game ever, and so they made a sequel. And one of the things he did is like, hey, breeding Pokemon. So then they added the genders, but like because they didn't have like male and female like Pokemon separated, because there's no need to in Gen 1. When only one Pokemon type needed it for something, you just made it another species of Pokemon. You just made it another dex entry and called it a day. Yeah, like nowadays, if they made Nidoran now, you would just have Nidoran, and you would have two forms. It would have different forms based on its gender, and then that would be it, and it would move on, and like it would just that would be it. You would just have like a Nidorino and a Nidorina entry. And they would split there. It wouldn't be split at Nidoran. But I don't think it was a limitation of the Game Boy. I don't think there's really something that was like, well, what about 150 versus 151 in terms of Pokemon? That really wasn't the concern. Or like 151 versus 152. That wasn't really the concern. Like obviously there is some cartridge space things, but like they could have added one more Pokemon. We might not have gotten Mew because of it, which would have been kind of sad, but like we would have gotten like, or no, we would have gotten the other way around, right? Like it would have been one Pokemon. But there would have been a lot more work to do then for one Pokemon as opposed to just making a new entry, you know? Like the work of adding one more Pokemon at the time and not having, and like was easier than putting gender on everything then, you know? So that's what that was. But then again, when they added in eggs, and they needed male and female, they were able to do it pretty easily. Or not easily, but they were able to do it, and from there, like anything else that's had like male-female splits have been like able to be a single species. Translator of Red and Blue didn't want Mr. Mime to be called Mr. Mime because they thought gender was going to be introduced. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, Gardevoir in Japanese is like Sir Knight. Definitely wasn't a super big concern of theirs if a Pokemon had like Sir, Mr. on its name, and then also could be like male or female. But I guess Nidoran, like going back to the initial reason for that conversation, Nidoran having 2 dex entries does kind of put you in this situation where you could kind of say like that I guess the Lotties could be like their own thing, but each have their individual dex entries. Like they're unique enough they get one. And they're legendaries, so why not? Interesting. It's an interesting thing to kind of think about. Because at the end of the day, a lot of the real answer is, does it matter? Right? Like, that's kind of what a lot of that'll come down to is like, it's a game. If you're thinking that hard about the lore, you might be thinking too hard kind of response. What was your first shiny? Yours was Wailmer? Mine was a Ditto. I did an SOS hunt for a Ditto in Sun, and that was the first shiny I ever got. My goal was to get a shiny Rowlet. My hope was that if I got a shiny Ditto and bred that with my Decidueye, I would be more likely to get a shiny Rowlet. I did no research. I did no research, as you can tell, because that was not a thing after Gen 2. But it was fun. It ended up being a really fun hunt. I enjoyed doing it a lot. Like, I did all the research to properly set up SOSing for Ditto. And did that, and never did the research for breeding for a shiny. But yeah, I did all that, and it was really fun. It was really exciting, and that was like hooked me on shiny hunting from there. Shiny Ditto is cool. It really is. It's a nice color. Like, at the end of the day, I wasn't upset. I still had a cool shiny. And I had like a kind of funny laugh at myself story about it. First shiny is a Liepardon. Why? Nice! Can I go under here? Ah, I can't go under there. I didn't realize there's a beam there. Darn. I like almost dodged around the one Drifloon in the lake. X and Y need more recognition? What do you mean? What do you mean by more recognition for them? Do you remember your second shiny? Alolan Rattata SOS took like a day and a half. Or not a day and a half. It took several days. It took several days of SOS for Alolan Rattata after like 5 hours for Ditto. If I had done Rattata first and it took that long, I probably wouldn't be shiny hunting like I am now. But yeah, it was Alolan Rattata was my second. I forget what my third was. I wasn't doing my thing that I do now, or I was doing like for most of my shiny hunting, where I would just shiny hunt the same Pokemon back to back to get all of its evolutions for a living dex. I did Rattata, and then I went and did something else, I know, just because I was really annoyed at Rattata. after how rough that one was, I didn't want to immediately eradicate. They're forgotten besides the anime? They're not forgotten. They're still, like, they're really, if anything, there's kind of like in the little dip that's going to start picking up of like people remembering playing them when they were younger. And they'll be played more. It's just they're at the age where they're like they're not new games anymore, but they're not classics yet, right? Good luck. Thank you, Darklit, and I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well today. Second shiny was a Ralts, which became Gallade, which led Gallade to be one of your favorite Pokemon. Nice. Nice. I think we're going to find one more Drifloon, guys, and then wrap up. It's been 2 hours, and we found ourselves the PUMPKBOO. So I think we'll end up wrapping up here. Just because I do have some things I need to do. I forgot to buy candy for potential trick-or-treaters and stuff, so I need to do that, you know? How can I be doing a Halloween stream if I don't even have like Halloween candy, right? So, alrighty, we hit 1690 on Drifloon. Thank you guys so much for being here for the Halloween stream, the special Halloween stream. I'll put the hat back on for the last few seconds here. But yeah, sorry it's a little bit shorter, guys, but like I said, I do got a few little things to do, and it is the weekend, which usually isn't my stream time. We will see about doing a raid here. Let's see if anyone's live that I recognize. Turbo Trainer's live. What are they up to? Not really. Let's see if anyone's live. If I don't recognize anyone, we might just say woohoo, because it's a weird time for the shiny huts at the moment, you know. Usually the streams are a bit later in the day. Yeah. Yeah, we can raid someone we don't know. Someone doing some Dynamax adventure stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here for the Halloween stream. Thank you to everyone that liked, anyone that subscribed. A big thank you to Beetle Binky for the raid. I really appreciate it. And just a big thank you to Sudden and to Vanillix for suggesting the costume. For Sudden for suggesting the costume. Vanillix, crazy donations a while back to hit our dono goal for this and for the cat. If I don't see anyone having a screenshot of the cat in Discord, I will post a picture of the cat myself in Discord. We'll be back tomorrow doing some more hunts. I'm going to figure out today if we're going to go back to Dratini, if we're going to try to finish Drifloon. But yeah, we're going to do a raid here, guys. Go show them some love real quick. And yeah, it was good seeing everyone. Happy Halloween, and see you again next time.